the Campbell Christian Academy Graduation 2013. And as I heard one gentleman say here a little while ago, it does seem like it was just the other day that we were here, and it's been a whole nother year. The kids have a very special day planned for you, and we're all excited about it, and we can't wait to get started. So, Miss Janet, please bring the lower school children on the stage. There are a bunch more of them. They're hiding someplace. There they are. One more row. And now, Haley Cox will lead the upper school out onto the stage. This is the quietest I've seen them all year.
No, we're not. Nina, Paris, it's hard when you switch chairs on them.
Yes, we have things lined up totally different in school for practice purposes, but for the stage we had to do a little bit of consolidation that threw a few things off.
Here, please.
They will get
Get the
one.
rest of them.
Are you after Morgan?
Well, while they're doing that, I would like to recognize, this has sort of become a tradition, and this year is no different, but I'd like to recognize the family who came the farthest distance to be at our graduation today. And that would be I hope I pronounce your name right, Kaza family from Ontario, Canada. So therefore, and they are friends of the Harris family. So we're just very happy to have you with us today, and feel very honored that you would come so far to be here for graduation. Are we all settled? Okay. There is a birthday girl on the stage this morning, too. She's 6 years old today, and her name is Abby McCauley. And we thought we would surprise her and ask you all to help us with a rousing rendition of Happy Birthday to Abby. So here we go. Oh, let's get Abby to stand up first. Abby, where are you? There she is. All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Abby. Happy birthday to you. And now, Ariel Ward is going to come to the front of the stage and lead everybody in the Pledge of Allegiance. So we ask you all to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then to stay standing and help us sing the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ariel. And Haley Cox and Isabel Goodwin are going to lead us in the national anthem. Every year I ask my husband the same question. What should I talk about at graduation? And many of you who were here last year will probably remember that he said, June, just get up there and say, I have the most wonderful husband in the world. Thank you for coming. So this year I said, what am I going to talk about at graduation? And he said, well, just say the same thing you said last year. And I said, well, why would I do that? And he said, well, because some things just never change. So I was the one who had to get serious about this. We have a lot of guests here this morning who don't know anything about Campbell Christian Academy or about our history, so I thought I would give just a quick little version of how we came about. I taught high school for 10 years, and I saw the failure of the system. Kids couldn't read, they couldn't write, they couldn't spell, they couldn't put their thoughts down in any logical, sequential order. They despised math. And it was because they didn't even know the basics of addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So we decided to teach our children because we knew if we didn't, nobody else was going to do that. That year I was able to stop teaching school and had planned to stay home and never teach another day in my life. I felt like I had done time. Kelly was 3 and she was reading very well, and Jeremy was not far behind, and we moved to Plano. And a neighbor asked if I would teach her daughter how to read like Kelly could. And soon we had so many little neighborhood children wanting to come down to the little lessons at our house that we had to find other space to use. The years went on and we needed our own building. So it's been about 14 years ago since we built our little red schoolhouse. I continued to teach Kelly and Jeremy at home, and Kelly started college when she was 14, and she got a full academic scholarship to SMU and graduated cum laude from the Cox School of Business. Jeremy went to college when he was 14. She still tells him he's the slow learner of the group. He's, I'm very proud to say, a pilot in the United States Marines. You know, not much has changed since then. Yes, they've grown up and they've gotten married and they have their own families now. But just like we taught our own children and thousands of others, we taught them the basics. And we're teaching your children the basics: reading, writing, and arithmetic. But not a week goes by that we don't have somebody ask us this question: what about the other subjects? What about history? What about science? Well, the answer is really quite simple. If a child can't read and read well, there's not much history they can learn. If they don't know science, there's not much science that they can learn. So it's so important to get those basics down first. We teach reading by phonics, the old-fashioned way that really works. At Campbell Christian Academy, we're always trying to improve on what we do. And for about 5 years, maybe longer, I struggled and struggled to write a book that I could send home with the parents so that they could reinforce at home the phonics lessons that we did at school. But it was just impossible to be able to put into words how to make sounds. So my husband said, well, why don't you just video the lessons that you do, and that will fix the problem. So that's exactly what we did, and here came Pure Phonics and DVD. And we were so excited because the parents could take the DVD home and play it and see how to make the sounds and reinforce with the children at home. So continuing on our track to improve, this year we published Pure Phonics 2 and DVD, which takes the phonics rules to a much higher level and includes study of vocabulary as well. And to make it even more convenient for the families, now Pure Phonics and Pure Phonics 2 are available on iBooks. And so anywhere your iPad goes, you can take Pure Phonics with you. In fact, it's allowed children all over the world to now start learning to read by Pure Phonics. We teach reading by phonics, and we teach writing the old-fashioned way that works too. The first thing we have to do is learn how to write a sentence, then we learn how to write a paragraph, and then we teach them how to write an essay. I remember when Kelly went to the college to take her writing assessment test, a lot of the kids that were in the room with her asked her how many times she'd been there to take the test, and she said, oh, this is my first time. And they said, oh, this is my third time, or oh, this is my fourth time. Well, that was her first time, and that was her last time. Even today, the colleges are having to remediate students sometimes up to 2 years before they can qualify for college-level courses. It's always exciting to find out what happens to our Campbell Christian Academy alumni. Just this week, we received a graduation invitation from one of our former students, and she's graduating from Texas A&M. She's getting her degree in marine biology and going on to nursing school as a prerequisite for some of the research that she's going to be doing. Then last week, I happened to be in a store and run into some former Campbell Christian Academy parents. And they told me that their son, who is now 25 years old, yes, that really ages me. He was a little guy when we first started teaching him. He has graduated and has a degree in biomedicine. He does all the CT scans at Parkland Hospital. His brother, who is 22 now, is just getting ready to graduate from dental school. And then we have another student who graduated fourth from the top in his class at Plano Senior High. He got a scholarship to Northwestern University, graduated from their honors economics program in 3 years, and he graduated summa cum laude. And he's a futures trader at the Chicago Board of Trade. And so it's always exciting for us to know and see how well the children have done. And it makes our job even more rewarding to hear these stories. These are just a few examples of how early learning makes a difference in a child's life. When parents work with their children on these little bitty bite-sized lessons that we give them, they develop a love for learning, they develop a work ethic and a self-discipline that carries with them all the rest of their educational careers. We've seen amazing progress in all of our students this year, and we commend our students and all of you parents for your diligence and your hard work, and I applaud you. Now, before we get on with the show, I have two quick things to do. The first is that a few minutes ago I mentioned that we're always trying to improve things at Campbell Christian Academy. And if you've been watching this slideshow, you might have seen two slides up there that look unusual. One is a cover of a book that's called Hi Dragonfly, and the other is a cover for a book called Pure Spelling. I have to admit that the last year I've been taking some lessons on how to build iBooks. And so I got so excited doing the Pure Phonics books that I started writing a series of little children's books called Pure, you might know, Pure Apple Pie series. And the first book that's been published on iBooks is called Hi Dragonfly. And the second one is called Bees, Louise, and Things That Sneeze. And it'll be out in just a few days. And you might have guessed about pure spelling. That's going to be part of our Campbell Christian Academy curriculum next school year. So we're excited about that. One of the biggest advances we ever made, though, was when we realized that if we had another teacher, we could have just even more personal attention for your children. And that is when we found Janet Grimm. And ever since she's been with us, she's brought so much joy and learning, and I see her hiding. She doesn't want to come out. And Janet, I highly compliment you on the results that we've seen from your students this year and your great teaching, and we love you to death, and thank you so much for being part of Campbell Christian Academy. Right now, we are looking for a part-time assistant teacher who would like a very exciting career helping children. And if you all know of anyone who fits that bill, we would like for you to please ask them to contact us. But right now, it's time to get on with the show. And we do teach reading, writing, and math. And some of you may be under the impression that's all we teach, but we teach a lot more. And the kids have prepared a program for you that's going to show you that, and they're anxious to get started and show you just a few of those things. So let's get on with the show. Haley Cox and Isabel Goodwin are going to come back to the front of the stage and lead the children of the upper school in singing Psalm 1.
Blessed is
will sing Psalm 23. Miss Janet and Miss Kelly. Oh, I'm sorry. Miss Janet and Miss Kelly and Grant and Tyler and James are all going to come up and lend a hand as well. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And now I'd like to ask the first row of the lower school to please come forward. Oh, they tricked me. It's the back row. The back row is coming first. And the children are all in alphabetical order, in case you want to know for snapping picture purposes.
That's good enough. That's good enough.
All right. Here comes Braxton Barber to get his diploma. Xavier Bonner.
Xavier, whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody, picture of you. Stop and smile. Smile. Hey, smile.
Brennan Carter. McKinley Carter. Silas Choi. Savannah Chun. Lauren Connell. Connor Cox. Sophie Dennis. Violet Goldsberry. Lucas Hamilton. Nyla Hicks. I think Nyla brought her own cheering section today. Summer, oh, I hope I pronounced this right, Jakubik. Brian Johnson. Lucky Jurgens. Sophia Clattenhoff. Landry Loftus. Anna Lowe. And our birthday girl, Abby McCauley. AJ Miller. I left out Jack Guerra. I'm sorry, Jack.
Just stand up and stay right in front of your chairs. Okay, stand up for me. Okay, we're on Ethan.
Ethan Moore. John Newton. Dylan Wynn. Matthew Hernama. And here comes one who's probably had more parent-teacher conferences this year than any student in the history of Campbell Christian Academy, my very own grandson, Calvin Smuts. Oliver Stone. Victoria Williams. Catherine Woods. Nathan Yoon. Patrick Zavalos. And there they are, the lower school for 2013. And now we have another surprise for you. Our upper school is going to come to the front of the stage, and each student has a Bible verse to recite for you. Each verse has to do with the godly use of the tongue, words, and speech. Come on up.
Hey. from you a deceitful mouth and put perverse lips far from you. Proverbs 4:24. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogance in the evil way, and the perverse mouth they hate. Proverbs 8:13.
The mouth of the righteous is a well of life, but violence covers the mouth of the wicked. Proverbs 10:11.
Wise people store up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. Proverbs 10:14. Whoever hides hatred has fine lips, and whoever spreads slander is a fool. Proverbs 10:18.
In a multitude of words, sin is not lacking, but he who restrains his lips is wise. Proverbs 10:19.
The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked what is perverse.
Proverbs 10:32.
The hypocrite with his mouth destroys his neighbor, but the knowledge of righteous will be delivered. Proverbs 11 verse 9.
A truthful tongue shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is for a moment. Proverbs 12:19.
In the mouth of the fool is a rod of pride, but the lips of the wise will preserve him. Proverbs 14:3.
A soft answer turns away wrath, but a harsh word stirs up anger. Proverbs 15:1.
The tongue of the wise is to knowledge rightly, but the mouth of fools pours forth foolishness. Proverbs 15:2.
A man has joy by the answer of his mouth, and the word spoken is how good it is. Proverbs 15 verse 23.
The heart of the righteous studies how to answer, but the mouth of the wicked pours forth evil. Proverbs 15:28.
The preparations of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. Proverbs 16:1.
The wise in heart will be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increase learning. Proverbs 16:21. The heart of the wise teaches his mouth, and adds learning to his lips. Proverbs 16:23. Even a fool is counted wise. When he holds his peace and when he shuts his lips, he is considered perceptive. Proverbs 17:28. A fool's mouth is destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. Proverbs 18:7. Better is the poor who walks in his integrity than who is a perverse and is lips and is a fool. Proverbs 19:1.
He who goes about as a talebearer reveals secrets. Therefore do not associate with one who flatters with his lips. Proverbs 20:19.
A lying tongue hates those who are crushed by it, and a flattering mouth works through it. Proverbs 26:28.
Let another man praise you and not your own mouth, a stranger and not your own lips. Proverbs 27 verse 2.
He who rebukes a man will find no favor afterwards, and he who flatters with the tongue. Proverbs 28:23.
Open your mouth, judge righteously, and plead the cause of poor and needy. Proverbs 31:9.
A serpent may bite when it is not charmed, but thou shalt defend. Ecclesiastes 10:11.
The wise man's words are gracious. His lips and the fool shall scorn him out. Ecclesiastes 10:12.
The words of his mouth begin foolishness, and the end of his talk is waving nets. Ecclesiastes 10:13.
A fool also multiplies words. No man knows what is to be. Who can tell him what will be after him? Ecclesiastes 10:14. A good man out of good treasures of his heart brings forth good things. An evil man out of evil treasures brings forth evil things. Matthew 12:35.
But I say to you, that for every idle word men may speak will give an account in the day of judgment. Matthew 12:36.
But by words you be justified, and by words be condemned. Matthew 12:37.
Let all bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. Ephesians 4:31. Let your speech always be with grace, seasoned with salt, that you may know how you ought to answer each one. Colossians 4:6.
For he who would love life and see good days, let him refrain his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking deceit. 1 Peter 3:10.
Get out of the way. Get out of the way.
wonderful. I'm so proud of all of you. That took a lot of learning, a lot of memorizing, and a lot of practice to learn how to get up here in the right order and everything. So they did a fabulous job. Really. And now I get to breathe a sigh of relief and turn this over to Miss Kelly.
Good morning. I am Miss Kelly, guilty as charged. And I have one clarification. My brother was 16 when he started college. That's why it took him so long to get going. You said 14 and 14. Oh, it's all right. I wanted to clarify. I tend to do that with him. Well, we're very thankful you're all here. We're very thankful that we are all here this morning and very safe after the devastation last night. I'm thankful to God for that. And I can't believe that we are actually here again. Sorry, this is bothering my vision. It seems like we were just here last year, yesterday. This year, though, is a little bit different for me. It's probably the most special graduation day I've had ever, because my little boy Calvin's over there acting up, and I get to correct him on stage rather than in private at the school. Nobody gets to see that my child misbehaves as well. And also, this is the first graduation that my husband Jonathan has been here since we've been married, and he's hiding up there, way up there. So we're very glad that he's here, and he's come to observe and watch Calvin do whatever Calvin does. I've had the honor of teaching all of your children and your grandchildren, your friends, your nieces and nephews this year the wonderful subject of math. We realize this day is about the children. We've got to see them do so many things. I would like to just say a couple of very quick things about the learning that they have done this year. I was trying to think of one word that could describe our teaching philosophy at Campbell Christian Academy, and I really think we can describe it one way, and that is mastery. The definition of the word mastery is to command or grasp, as in a subject, and this is exactly what our goal is with each one of these children in reading, writing, math, and the related areas. We also never hold a child back from reaching his or her full academic potential. But we never move forward until each step is completely mastered. So we allow everyone to move at their own pace, but we make sure that they know exactly what they're doing every step of the way, and they will never be lost. And with this, it creates a confident student and a self-disciplined student and a very successful student for the years to come. Now, you probably will all say yay when I say this, but math makes people sick most of the time. You probably all have some very bad memories of either high school algebra or college algebra, calculus. Probably won't even need to go there, but what we want to instill in the children here is the love for math and show them how fun it really can be. And we see, from the very first day last school year, some of these children on the stage had to start how to write a 1, how to write a 2. I'm speaking of this group over here. They didn't know how to write any of their numbers, much less even know what addition was. And I'm happy to say that today they can all write 1 to 10. All of them have started their addition tracks, and many of them have made great strides in that area. Not only do they have them memorized, but they can answer them quickly, easily, and correctly, and confidently, which is exactly what our goal is. In the past few months, we have interviewed at least 50 new students who were interested in signing up for our summer program. And with each passing student, we get to ask them a few questions. What can you read? And write a couple of sentences for us so we can see how you can spell and punctuate. Also, I hand them all an addition sheet. It doesn't matter, 1st grade, 2nd grade, 5th grade. this is the basics, this is the foundation, this is what I need to know if you can do. Doesn't matter to me if you're on fractions or decimals at school. This is what I want to know. And it's very sad to see how many of them pick and choose the ones that they know quickly because they are used to counting on their fingers, or they will say, I know these, I really, really do, but I just forgot them right now. And it's very sad to see this, but on the other hand, we get to see our children in comparison and realize, wow, they are really, really well-rounded. They have a great start. The students here on the left of the stage are our upper school program, and they range in age from 6 to almost 12. There is not one of them in this group who cannot complete an 80 fact, and I do mean 80 facts as in all the addition facts from the +1 family to the +9 family. Quickly, very, very quickly. In fact, most of them, 5 or 6 of them are trying to beat my all-time record, and it's making me very nervous because they're about 10 seconds away. In fact, I didn't get to race the fastest one yesterday. We have an appointment in June. I have a contest going with that one over there on subtraction in June. But most of them, and no joke, they can do subtraction, multiplication, division, add columns of numbers, borrow, multiply large numbers, and a lot of them have started long division right before the school year ended. This is more advanced than an average 5th grader that I get to interview on a regular basis. They can also tell time and complete basic word problems, so that's also really, really great. The older group of these students add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions. They understand decimals, they understand percents, area, perimeter. We've also begun some pre-algebra with proportions and understanding what comparison means. So if I had to give that a grade, I would say that's probably around a pretty good advanced 8th grader right there. It's really amazing to see what they have learned this school year and how far they have come. There are some schools in this area who say that children are unable to understand math until the 2nd grade age. They will not even teach them anything until the 2nd grade. And as every one of you in this room can see, this is ridiculous. You've seen what your children can do from 3 years old all the way up. It's amazing what they have done. They have excelled our expectations, and we could not be more proud of their achievements this school year. So they deserve a big round of applause for all their work. We thank you also for giving us the opportunity to teach our children this school year, and you all deserve an applaud for working so diligently and hard at home. Grandparents, parents, nannies, everybody here, it's a team. Everybody has worked extremely hard. The children would not have done this without you. So thank you all very much for making our job enjoyable. We know some of you all are taking the summer off, so we hope you enjoy your summer, but we look forward to seeing many of you in just a few weeks, and we know how fast time goes by. At this time, I would like to ask Unico Hastings to come forward and lead the upper school in the recitation of the 10 Commandments.
You shall not
are now going to recognize the achievements made by our upper school students this past school year by presenting them each with a certificate of successful completion. They will be called forward in alphabetical order. Jake Blackwell. It's a trick. It's glued together. Grant Brashear. Kate Breckner. Trent Collier. James Connell. Haley Cox. Hannah Cox. Grace Cyril. Nina George. Fiona Goldsberry. Isabel Goodwin. Yumiko Hastings. Nathan Jurgens. I think that's good. Good job, very good. Karis Carlo. Amanda Karis. Okay, Devin Karis. Megan Karis. Alex Kim. Sarah Plattenhoff. Alexa Kong. Morgan Kong. Annabelle Lee. Sebastian Lee. Sebastian, yay! Very good. Hudson Lyons. Morgan Newton. Sam Pinchu. Tyler Pham. Madeline Pruitt. Vincent Purnama. Connor Terry. Ariel Ward. Autumn Westbrooks. Justin Westbrooks. Trinity White. And last but not least, Meliana Wijaya. Congratulations to all of you for a job very well done. And we are very proud of your hard work this school year. We would like to send a big thank you to Lori Pruitt and Kelly Carlo, this year's PAC Parent at Campbell Committee Chair and Co-Chair. They organized the Fall Festival, the Thanksgiving Feast, the crafts, the Valentine's Party, and this past week, for the first time, they organized a community service trip. We took the upper school half a mile away. We went for a walk, supported by the Dallas Police Department, which we are forever grateful for their help, to get us safely there. The children went to a transitional care center for elderly who just came out of surgery and can't quite live back on their own yet, or are there for a longer period of stay. And they practiced graduation. So they sang their songs and did different things for them and also delivered a goodie bag. And it was just a very, very special day for all of us. And we're very thankful, for all Lori and Kelly did for us this year. Would you please stand so we can give you a round of applause? Thank you, parents who donated items to the little goodie bag that we gave to them. We were very grateful, and they were very, very happy with just the small little items that they got. Thank you all very much for coming and for taking time out of your morning to come and enjoy this special day with us. And we'd like to invite you all to stay for refreshments after we're finished. We have a few more things to do for you. Two important things. Please go to the brown wooden table out there in the lobby to pick up your lower school diplomas. These little paper things that the children have over here that they're fighting and playing with, having a good time with. That's why they're just scratch paper rolled up with a little red ribbon on them. They're pretty ones for your scrapbooks are out in the lobby. So Miss Maggie Ward will be happy to assist you in getting your child's pretty one. Also, we'd like to thank James Connell for doing the gorgeous slideshow I've been watching back here. And he is also filming this wonderful ceremony here, which you are able to buy a DVD of if you would like to do so. His wife, Lindsay Connell, will be outside at the same table taking orders if you'd like to order one. Mr. Connell, the lights are shining in my eyes. I can't see you, so will you please stand so we can give you a round of applause for all your hard work. So thank you again for everything you've done for us. Okay, here's our surprise finale, and then we're all going to get to go have cookies and water. You guys ready? All right, here we go. We're going to ask our upper school to stand, and you guys have been in your seats long enough. Y'all can stand up too if you want to. Stand up, it's just fine, absolutely. They are going to sing for you the 50 states and capitals. And a wonderful, wonderful song they have memorized this school year. Thank you again for coming, and after they're finished, we will dismiss. You may pick up your lower school children in the room that you dropped them off in. We're going to keep them hostage till you get there. Thank you very much.
Louisiana, Indianapolis, Indiana, and Columbus,
for coming, and we'll meet you out in the lobby.